Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have started with applet programming in Java. There we have discussed what is applet, different types of applets and difference between applet and application programs. In today's session we will discuss applet lifecycle. So as with the thread lifecycle, even applet has a particular life cycle where applet moves from different states. So let's start with applet life cycle. Life cycle of an object specifies stages the object has to pass right from its creation until it is destroyed. So it simply specifies stages the object has to pass from its creation till the destruction. An applet defines its structure from 4 events that take place during execution. Applet defines the structure of its life cycle by 4 different events which occurs during the execution of an applet. And for each event a method is automatically called, and for each of those events a method is automatically called. So which are the methods? So these are the methods which are called when the event occurs. The methods are as follows. The first method, that is init, start, stop, destroy. So these are 4 important methods in the applet life cycle. Init method is called during the initialization of an applet, and this is the first method which is called in the life cycle of an applet. So init is the first method which is called in the life cycle of an applet, and init is generally used to initialize parameters in the applet. If we want to load an image or store some string into a variable, init method can be used. And after the init method, the start method it is called, and start method of an applet is called once applet is initialized. So after initialization automatically it calls the start method. Then we have a stop method. So it is used to pause the execution of an applet. Unlike the stop method of thread class or thread lifecycle, stop method of applet lifecycle simply pauses the execution of applet. It will not stop the applet itself, but it pauses the execution of an applet. Then we have the method destroy, which is called when the applet is destroyed or applet is closed. This is the termination of an applet, remember. There is one more method which is important, that is the paint method. And paint method, it is used to display a line, text or an image on the screen. So paint method can be used to display some text, images or some other objects on the screen. And whenever an applet has to be painted again, means once the paint method has been executed, and if the paint method has to be called again, the method repaint can be used. Repaint simply means paint again, so again it will call the paint method. So this is the life cycle diagram of applet. The first state in the life cycle of an applet, it is the bound state. Applet always begins with this state. So when the init method is called, the applet is said to be in bound state. So that is the initialization or the init method. Now from the bound state, applet can be moved to running state by calling a method start. So start method is called automatically after the initialization, and the applet moves to the running state. In the running state, applet can call the paint method. Paint method can be used to display something on the applet screen, and after calling the paint applet, still it is in running state. Now from the running state, applet can be moved to a idle state, and that is by calling the stop method. Applet moves to idle state in certain conditions. For example, if the applet is displayed on one web page, and when we switch from one web page to some other web page, in that case the running applet simply calls the stop method to pause the execution, and that moves to the idle state. And when we again come back to the web page which contains the applet, again the start method is called to execute the applet again. So whenever we switch from one page to another page, the applet automatically goes to the idle state, and when we switch back to the same page, again it comes back to the running state by calling a start method. Now an applet can be destroyed by calling a destroy method, and destroy, it is called only once in the applet life cycle, unlike the running and idle method which can be called any number of times in the applet life cycle. So when applet is destroyed, it is said to be dead, means the applet cannot be executed again. So this destroy method is generally called when we exit the browser. So when we close the browser button, the destroy method is called. So this is the life cycle of an applet, and this is important question as well. Okay, the same life cycle has been demonstrated by using one more diagram. You can see we have a init method, and when it is called, applet is said to be in born state. Then the start method is called, and then applet is said to be in working, that is the running state. In the running state, we can call paint to display something on the applet screen. Then if the stop method is called, applet is said to be in the idle state, and from the idle state the applet can again move back to the working state by using start method. Or applet can be destroyed by calling a destroy method. As I have said, when we click the close button of a browser or a window, applet is destroyed. Okay, let us go through one simple example to understand how to create an applet in Java. Okay, so this is the output, of applet which we want to create, which displays a simple message, Java is interesting. Okay, so we want to create an applet like this which displays Java is interesting, and to create such an applet we have this code, Java code. Now look at the code. First line, import java.awt.star. We are importing a package AWT, where AWT stands for Abstract Windowing Toolkit. Remember, AWT stands for Abstract Windowing Toolkit, and this AWT package contains some classes which are necessary to write this program, and that is the reason we have imported this package. Okay, where dot star means import all the classes present in AWT package. Similar way, we have imported one more package, that is java.applet.star. Import all the classes present in applet package. We have imported applet package because we have used one class here. You can see the class applet, and this class applet belongs to the package applet. To create an applet, we need to extend applet class, and this is compulsory, and as this is compulsory, we have to import applet package as well. Then we have a class, public class first applet extends applet. Extends keyword, it is used to inherit or inheritance in Java. So we are inheriting applet class. Now in the class, what we have declared a variable string s. This variable string s, it is used to store some text into it. So after that we have overridden function, that is public void init function. We have overridden init function to store some value into variable s. So init function can be overridden whenever we want to store something or initialize something, like if you want to initialize an object like an image or a string object or any other variable. When you want to initialize, we have to override the method init. Init method, it belongs to the applet class, remember. So inside the init method we have only one line, that is Java is interesting. Then we have public void paint. As we know, paint method, it is used to display something on the screen. So paint method takes one important argument, that is graphics argument, graphics G. So graphics is a class, G is the object of that class, and graphics class generally provides us the methods using which we can display something on the screen, applet screen. So if you want to display something on the applet screen, the graphics class is helpful. So graphics class provides us with the methods. So you can see here, we want to display a string Java is interesting. So we have taken an help of graphics class G, that is an object of graphics class, dot drawString method. DrawString method, it is used to draw a string on the screen, and it takes three parameters. The first is the string which we want to draw, so S, that is Java is interesting. Then we have 70, 80, that are the coordinate values, XY coordinate values, where we want to display the message. The coordinate system always starts, if this is our output screen, the coordinate system always starts at the left top corner, remember. So this is 0, and this is x-axis, and this is y-axis, this is y-axis, and this is x-axis. If you want to display something starting from this point, say this point, we have to calculate the x-axis and y-axis for the point, and those x and y, suppose here 70 and 80, that is x is 70, y is 80. So that string S, it is displayed from the location S 70, 80, and it will be displayed somewhere here. So that is the location where exactly we want to display the string. Okay, and after that we have a closing of paint and closing of the class first class. So this is a simple applet program which simply displays a single message on the applet screen. Okay, let us execute and verify the output of this program. Okay, this is our program, applet program. So I have typed this program, and we have a message to be displayed, that is hello Java, and we have to display it at the location 250, 250. Okay, so I am using Windows operating system to execute it, and you can use any editor to type your Java program. So we have to first type the Java program. So our program is ready. And how to save the program? We have to save the program with the same constraint, that is with the file name, with the class name. So class name here it is first applet. The class name has to be declared as public. So the program has to be saved with a class name which is declared as public, remember. So an applet can also contain many classes, but there has to be a class which is declared as public, and we have to save our program name with the same class. So there is no main method in applet, as we know. So save it with the class which is declared as public. So we have saved our program as first applet. You can see here the program has been saved with first applet in the folder demo programs. Now once the program is saved, the next step in this, it is to compile the program. So we have to compile this program, and to compile the program we have to open CMD. Now once the CMD is open, we need to switch to the folder where we have saved our program. So program is saved in D drive. In D drive we have one more folder, that is demo programs. In demo programs we have saved our program. So when I come to demo program, I can compile the program here. So Java, see what is our program name? It is first applet. First applet dot Java, remember. Okay, so we are compiling our applet. and the applet has been compiled successfully without any errors. So there are no errors. Now once the applet is compiled, we cannot directly run the applet by using the command that is java space the applet, that is first applet, because applets cannot be executed directly. Applets needs to be embedded in HTML file. So the second thing which we have to do is we have to create one more file, that is HTML file. So HTML file always begins with a tag name, that is HTML. Tags are always written in angular brackets. So we have angular bracket open, angular bracket close, and inside this we have the tag name, that is HTML, which stands for hypertext markup language. So HTML file always starts with a HTML tag. Then you have some optional tags. We can have a body tag which defines the actual body of the HTML page, and we also have the closing tags of the both. We have the closing tag of a body. See, closing tag, there is a difference between an opening and closing tag. Closing tag has a forward slash before the name of a tag. So that is the difference between opening and closing tag. Then same way we have a closing tag of HTML. So whatever you want to display on the HTML page, you have to include it inside this part. Okay. So right now we will not go through the complete HTML. In the later sections we will discuss some basics about the HTML. For now only we will see how to embed our applet inside HTML. So we have created a file HTML. Inside this file we have to embed our applet, because applet is embedded inside HTML. To embed applet inside HTML, the tag which is used, it is applet tag. Okay, and this applet tag contains some attributes, like first important attribute, it is code, which is equals to our file name. So file name is first applet. Okay, without the extension, or if you want to give an extension you can give it as dot class, not dot java, because compiled java file we have to pass here. So code is equals to first applet. This is the first attribute. Apart from this we have two more important attributes, which are width. This defines the width of our applet, the width of applet screen. Then height, and this defines the height of applet screen. So right now I have declared it as 500. And then we can close the applet tag. So this is the closing of applet tag. So this is how we can embed applet inside HTML. So we have a file HTML and we have used the applet tag to embed applet inside HTML. Now how to save it? Simply click on save. The file name for HTML file can be any name, but for the better understanding I'll use the same name, that is first applet dot HTML. HTML file has to be saved with an extension .html. Remember, we should not save a HTML file with an extension .java. The HTML file has to be saved with an extension .html. Okay, the file has been saved now. So this is done. Now the last step, it is to execute the program. To execute the program we can use an applet viewer. So applet viewer, it is a application which is provided inside the JDK to execute applet. We have discussed that applets are executed by using a web browser, and that is true. Applets are executed by using a web browser, and it is used in the browser itself. But to test our applet before executing it on the actual web browser, we can test our applet by using applet viewer application. So it can be used like applet viewer space the HTML file name. So our HTML file name is first applet and dot the extension, that is HTML. So applet viewer space file name dot HTML. This is the command which is used to execute applet, and press enter. Once we press enter, you can see it will display our applet, and the message has been displayed, that is hello Java. So this is a simple applet program which we have created. Okay, so that's it in today's session. We will stop here. We will continue our discussion of applet programming in the next session as well. We will stop here. Thank you.